Morning. Doo-doo. Let's see. All my stuff is not coming up. I need a timer. That's what I need. How are you guys? Let's see. What is missing? That could be it. Window 2. Where are you? Yeah, that's the one. What is that other timer called? She asked. No one. I shouldn't count on you guys to know it. Let's see if this does it. What is this timer called? What's going on with your bad selves? All right, so I gotta figure out what this kind. Oh, this is called. What are you called? You're some kind of timer. It's actually not telling me. Not telling me. If you were a timer and I was looking for you. Timers. Aha! Ooh, it's very pink, but that's what we get. That's what we get today. At least for our first sprint. A very pink timer. Ah! Oh. Ah! It's always backwards. My brain isn't caught up. My brain's forwards. Have you noticed? All right, let's see. How are we doing? Are we live at all? Better check it in the chat box. See if you can hear me. I can see that you can see me. It's good to monitor these things. My brain's forward. Actually, I'm hearing something. Can you hear that? Yeah, now, okay. Good, it's working. Just like we know what we're doing. Good morning. You have found Writer's Right. I'm Ann Kimbrough, and we do 2 25-minute writing sprints. I didn't say I could talk, I just can write. But we do 2 25-minute writing sprints in an hour. Hey, Sergio, good morning. How were all the birthday celebrations? Oh, hey, Tammy. Thanks for saying hi in the chat and let me know you can hear me. It's always a good thing. It's actually easier than wearing this earpiece, which makes me feel like I've just stuffed a wad of toilet paper in my ear. Sort of usual. Hump day, huh? What's on the agenda for you guys? Let's see if I can turn on the chat so I can write something. Maybe. No. For me, I gotta say the usual. Today's a big podcast day, though, actually, so I will be feedback. Let's see, how do I do this? I still haven't figured out why. Sometimes I log into chat. All right, so then it'll do it. There, I think I'm in it now. Sometimes it just goes to the video of me, which I'm clicking the same thing, so I'm thinking it's not me, right? Cool. All right. Good to hear it all went well, Serge. Allie! Hey, Allie's in the house, and this is her book that we are promoting, Faded. Please check it out. A collection of short stories that are romance and death, commingling, something like that. I've got my copy. I've got to read it. Yeah, that is on my list for when I have some downtime. Oh, cool. Editing 4-book series. Good job, Tammy. So tell me, are you writing the whole series and then releasing it? Because that's brilliant. Very brilliant. Sergio, car dealership. Free maintenance. Oh my gosh. Allie off to work at the amusement park. Have fun. Are you still guys prepping to open so you get a ride, free rides, let's see, what is today? A Wednesday. You're not opening on a Wednesday, right? Anyway, I'm glad you checked in to say hi. Let's see, I better put in our music today. It's Relaxed Music Meditation. I can't type and talk at the same. From YouTuber. Yeah, this is a different one for them. I usually play the same one all the time. So it's a little different. In the sense of good different. I mean, I'm like different. But anyway, you wrote 4 books last year. Rapper, I love that. That's so cool. Oh man, so I'm just about to release the 4th of my books, and other people have coined it for me. It's a quadrilogy because every book is its own mystery, but there is a little overarching storyline, and some characters that were in book 1 do come back in book 4. So yeah, I'm about to release my 4th book in the quadrilogy, but I did release them as I did them. I released them all at once as I think a good move, really good move. All right, let's get you guys writing and editing because all that is very important, very important. An outline, cool. I love outlining, as I've waxed nostalgic many times about how important it is. And it's I love that phase. I love that phase where anything's possible. All right, are you ready? On your mark, get set, right. Oh, it wants me to rate it. No, later. Oh, but it started. Good. I'm always happy when technology works. Let's see. I can't tell if this music is loud enough. Put a little higher up. Your hip hurts? Oh, for so much walking. Oh my gosh. A scary ride. Ooh. My new podcast, which I'm doing what Tammy's doing. We're going to have at least 20 episodes in a can before we launch it. But it's all about scary stories, and one of them is about a really horrific thing that happened at an amusement park. It was a Six Flags in, I think, Kentucky. So I won't tell you about that. You don't need to know that one. But I'm glad. Well, I'm not glad your hip hurts, but I'm glad you're having fun. It sounds like a kind of a slightly different everyday job, but always walking. Hey, I'm a huge Disneyland fan. My son and I, we'd always go, and I always called it the Disney workout. You would get your steps in at Disneyland. So I imagine, you scream the whole time. Well, that's good. That's what they want you to do. Although I did hear a weird thing about Disneyland, that they were going to ask people to scream less. Because, you're spewing more air, so then obviously more germs. I thought that was kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's not like people scream necessarily on purpose. I'm sure they don't try to reserve themselves, but sometimes you gotta scream. Those rides are made that way. That's crazy, though. Okay. I'm glad you're having fun. That's pretty funny. Don't even like to watch people. Yeah. Well, actually, I used to be big into roller coasters, all that stuff, until, I don't know, after I had a kid, my whole body changed, and my head didn't like it used to. I don't know. Does that make sense? Women, help me. Chime in on that one. Or men that have to deal with women that have had babies. Yeah, I love, the merry-go-round at Disneyland, it's over where the Disney Castle is. That was one of my favorite rides. Loved it. And that would make my son go on it, because at the end of the day, you're tired. They'll do anything you ask. Everyone heard you. Aw, that's a great comparison, Sergio. It is just like that. I love other disciplines, sports, obviously art. There's a lot writers can take and share, and for inspiration and focus and just how to do it better. New ways to look at it's always great. Well, I'm proud of you, Allie. I'm very proud of you that you were able to do that. Oh. Aw, Cedar Point. I've heard of that. Ah. Well, are you due for another then if it's been 35 years? No. Okay. I knew that was a wrong a question right when I asked it. At least you probably have very fond memories. All right, guys, I'm gonna focus and do something. Okay, now the music sounds too loud. We've got still 20 minutes. Let's do it. Let's make something. Let's make some writing magic, shall we? I'm still in editor mode as well as some of you. So, but I'm really happy with what's happening here on my page. Had some good changes. The girl that gets tased, it's far more realistic now. Sandusky, Ohio, okay. I've seen a lot of those, those YouTube videos of like the top 20 amusement parks, and I'm sure Cedar Point was mentioned. Tammy meet Allie, Allie meet Tammy. You guys would lose your voices if you rode together. Yeah. Oh man. No, I was a diehard. Hey, so I'm in Vegas. Vegas went through this period where they had to have all these roller coaster rides. You know, somebody said, "Oh, let's pull families into Vegas." Before they realized Vegas is Vegas. But anyway, there was this period where they wanted to make Vegas family friendly. Probably like in the 80s, I want to say, late 80s, 90s, early 90s. Anyway, we have all these roller coasters. There's still a few that exist, but there were all these roller coasters, and there's this one that goes woo, that goes all these loops. You spend your whole time looking at the ground, and it's short. It's an indoor roller coaster. This one's at Circus. So what are the things that Vegas is really known for? Buffets and gambling, but buffets and then roller coasters. So yeah, I went on a buffet, or went on a buffet. I did a buffet, and then I went on a roller coaster ride. Not smart. I did survive, and I did not hurl, mostly because it kept going up and down, and because the minute it went one way, you feel it coming, but then it threw it back down. I got off that ride and went, not too smart, but I was okay. That was back when I could do that. That was, in my 20s. You gotta have friends like that, Allie. I mean, I need that kind of friend all the time. I just call them up and go, okay, I need you to tell me. Yeah, you're okay. You're fine. Thank you. I'm good. All right, now I'm really focusing. Let's focus, writers. Gonna get a little work done. Believe it or not. Let's see if I can scoot up without bumping the whole thing. All right. Do we like this music? It's not very jazzy. I kind of like the jazz music because to me, jazz is, it just sort of plays with your mind and lets you think. All right, I said it's relaxed music meditation, so I'm going to go back to my favorite relaxed music meditation one. Yeah. Oops, if I get the volume. Smooth jazz. Any other time, this is like music that I would just relax you, put you to sleep. But for writing, I don't know. We might have to take a poll. Normally, I'm a rock and roll kind of girl. Old time rock and roll. I won't sing because that would be mean. Let's see. Cowboy love songs. Really? Well, go girl. Yeehaw. I kind of like all kind of music. I mean, I could never say I totally dislike any kind of music because there's always a time when that music is just right. You need a fight song, you need a motivational thing, you're feeling nostalgic or romantic. There's a lot. But right now I just need it in the background so I can turn on the brain. All right. Don't know if I'm going too far back. Okay. Now this is the part. Excuse me, I am sniffling. Oh, yuck. I can't. Yeah, it's not fun to wipe your nose with a coffee stained paper. Well, my coffee was too, it was right to the top. And then I picked up the tray and of course it spilled out into my paper towel. Alrighty. Oh. Oh, forgot to put on my diffuser. Oh. I knew something was missing. Just nagged at the brain. Okay. Ah. Now, I'm assuming, Tammy, that you're self-publishing. Do you, what's the cover look like? You got like a good-looking guy with a cowboy hat on it, by any chance? I self-publish too, by the way. I love the control. Yeah, you know, Simon & Schuster. They're okay. I wouldn't turn them away if they came knocking. But seeing as how I'm a screenwriter more by trade or by profession as far as making money, trying to make money, having made money, writing, that's sort of the field for me. But it's nice to do something where you're in control of all of it, which is also why I like podcasting. All right. I really am focusing. The character right here says, "Don't mess with me while I'm making tea." Sometimes do you hear yourself come out in a character? This is sort of the cocky sidekick girl. A lot of people have told me they feel like I'm like the main character. And I'm like, well, as the author, isn't there a lot of you in all the characters? I mean, honestly, to me, my main character in the story, her name is Paisley, and she's a little too perfect. She's not me. She's like probably the me I'd want to be if I could just be one thing. Let's see. Definitely with a cowboy hat. Ooh, silhouette. I like it when they do silhouettes. Cool. Do you work with an artist on your covers, or? I've done both. I've worked with artists, and I'm pretty good at Photoshop. So a lot of what I do is I just sort of, look at go on Amazon and see who's on the bestseller list in my cozy mystery category, and see what the covers look like. Actually, for a different. Pretty soon, I'll actually have a paperback I can show you, because my 4 books, the 4 books together, because I don't know if Tammy knows, but my books are short, so they're Kindle. But once I have 4, I can publish them as a paperback, and I'll actually have one I can show off the cover then. Although I'm thinking that's going to be a special cover, but the covers will be inside too. This will be black and white on the inside. Let's see what. That's a good way to put it. We seep into all of them. None of the characters are actually us. We just peek in. Every now and then you can see it. Ah, I hear you. I've had a lot of luck with Fiverr. But I couldn't recommend anyone. And I often like to, I found some good artists, so because when I've done it myself, I'm using iStock photographs and stuff for the covers, so anybody could use those, right? That anyone can license them. So at some point I did want something unique that I knew was just mine. So I did get the artwork done from someone else. And then, like I said, I've studied what the bestseller covers look like, you know, what Simon & Schuster is making, and I can imitate that layout. So that way my books look just like theirs. But they're mine. Okay. You're a control freak. It's good that that's the first thing is knowing it, right? Is that the same? Yeah. Yeah. You're right. It would be too on the nose to say a character was just like us. You know, unless you're writing a biography. Something like that. Even then, it's probably not going to be really like us. Oh, thanks, Allie. I think my focus is going to come in the second writing sprint. As is often the case, darling. I don't know what that voice is, but it's my lovey voice from Gilligan's Island. But I appreciate you smacking me. I felt that. Allie's always pretty good at telling me to focus and then talking to me. I'm teasing ya. All right. Yeah, I'm actually scanning through. Nothing's jumping out hideous in my edit. I really have gotten to the point where I'm going to have to listen to it. And I've mentioned that before, right? Like I've had that's been my weekend plan now for at least 2 weekends. But I've been really busy. Oh my gosh, I had to juggle like, I had a business call yesterday. And I had like 3 calls from my writing producing partner, and for this new project we got, and one with this to lock in this deal. Real stuff is getting in the way. Simon P. Howell, thank you. We are of a lot of like minds. Okay. Well, Allie, you can always watch the replay, but I know by the time you get home, it's probably time to get dinner ready. What part of the world are you in, Tammy? Allie's in the UK. Oh, cool. Yeah, you got to do that. So the reading part I'm talking about, I use Scrivener. So what I do is I set the voice and I read along with the electronic voice. It's just a way to proof it. Plus, like you said, catch any errors in the plotting or structure or just something I missed. And then I have to send it to my editor. I do have somebody that I pay, or actually we're going to barter next time. But pay. Yeah, I pay somebody to try to make certain what I'm writing is coherent. You're right with, does that say Mal or Ma? I can't read it. Mal. Who's Mal? Ohio State University. That's a good school. My son was in marching band. They got the best is probably Ohio State University. Cool. Oh yeah, so you're just do the math. 3 hours. So you're basically you're Eastern time. I didn't realize Eastern time went that far. I'm so with it. You know, it's funny this how you really know some things and other things you really don't. You kind of got to live there to know. Have I lived in all time zones? I don't think I've lived in mountain time. I've lived very close to mountain time. I've lived in the mountains. Does that count? Yeah. Oh, cool. Well, yeah, Eastern. Eastern is, I like living in Eastern. You're ahead of everybody. You're ahead of the whole country. I mean, not the rest of the world, but you're ahead of everybody else. That's why LA's so laid back. They're already 3 hours behind. At least that was my theory. Oh, right. Yeah, Sergio's Miami. Did you ever watch Burn Notice? You have to watch Burn Notice if you live in Miami. I love that show. It made Miami look very dangerous, though. Of course, because they were there and all this awful stuff happened right in Miami. All those stories do that. New York always looks like, you know, a monster's going to attack it. All right, here I'm getting into the part I really do have to pay attention to. Let's see. Yeah, 4:25 p.m. I can't even do the math. You're almost like tomorrow, Allie. How was the day? Is it worth it? Should I get out of bed kind of thing? I could call you up. What happened? It's funny that I always think that, like, you've already lived the day, so you'll know how my day will be. But, you know, obviously, you haven't lived my day yet. Stuff could happen. It just happens at a different time. It does feel like time travel, though, in some ways. That would be an interesting story. What would it be like if everybody had to live on the same time zone? Like, say the whole world said that, like, right now was 10 a.m. How would it be to live, you know, to be used to 10 a.m. being, you know, nighttime, really, instead of daytime? That would be kind of freaky. Just one of those random thoughts. If you want to take it and run with it, I give it away. Bye, Allie. Thanks for checking in. Hopefully see ya Friday. Mm-hmm. No, I'm serious. Yeah. I mean, I was joking. I wasn't serious. I was joking. Yeah, I've lived in a lot of cities. Yeah. Air Force brat. I've lived all over. Sure, there's always good parts and bad parts. I hear you. Oh, that's interesting too. Yeah. That can kind of mess you up. Because if you're working with her that often, it would be like, oh yeah, what are they living through? With you guys, I try to keep that in mind too, especially Allie. And she's like at nighttime, and I talk like it's morning because it's morning where I am. Sometimes we're, meaning me, can be so self-centered. It's all about me. Without a care about other people living in other time zones. But I'm really impressed that you guys come and join me and write. I'm glad this can fit into your lives. Really? Tammy, that's amazing. Gosh, I'm probably the exact opposite. My whole childhood, the longest I've lived anywhere was 2 years, which I enjoyed. I'm not saying it was fun. As an adult, I've lived big blocks at a time, but in the beginning, when I first was out on my own, I definitely moved around a lot within the city. So I'm sure there has to be some correlation between that and this need to move or enjoying the moving. You know, I definitely did not have any fear of saying, okay, my lease is up. Can I find a better place than this? Can I have different roommates? Can I set this up different? Yeah, one city, let's see, how many times did I move in LA? I had at least 3, 1, 2, 3, maybe only 3. That's not too bad, right? In 3 years, I had 3 different places. Mostly the same roommates. One was always the same. Yeah, there's a story there. Oh, you think it's boring? I just think of like the relationships you were able to make. That's the thing I think about me, that the relationships I've made, I've got a lot of friends in a lot of places, but you know how hard it is to keep something like that up. They're the kind of people I can reach out to and they're like, oh yeah, cool, good to hear from you. But they're not like, I, I would think living in one place most of your life, you would have built some friendships that are really hardcore. And for me, those relationships come only from within my family because I don't have that kind of history with many people outside my family. But so that's what I've always thought I've been missing by moving around. That, you know, you could have gone to school with the same kids that have been your tight, great friends through life. Did that happen? Or was that just movies? That's what I feel sometimes that I've missed. I mean, I've kept friends from every part of my life, but at some point, they're not living with you in your same city, so it's a different relationship. It can never be really close. But they're always there. It's like they never go away in the good way, that you never lose them. All right, the timer. How'd you guys do? I did great. I got so much done, she said facetiously. Yeah. All right, the second sprint will be coming up here, and we're going to be so much better. I hope some of you just ignored me and just did your work. Aw, that's cool. 1991. I like the history of it. That's cool. We'll see. You do have it. So there's always an upside, and that's me. I do look at the bright side of things. So I'm sure there's a downside living in the same place. All right. It's time for the ASMR portion of my show. Is this a show? Yeah, my hangout. My coffee. Welcome. Step into the barista shop. Let's see what we have on. What we're making today, Anne? We're making a decaf. Starbucks house blend. Magic. Let's hear it. Are we listening to the sound? I like the smell of coffee. Right? You know, it doesn't taste quite as good as it smells, but I brought cinnamon today because that's good for your heart. And it doesn't taste too bad either. I was bringing the tray up today. I was like, wow, this is a lot of liquid. I had water and coffee and creamer. It's like, I'm going to float away in an hour. So this is pH water. I highly recommend that you drink some. It tastes just like water. But you got to drink it at room temperature. You shouldn't put ice cubes in pH water because that would change it. But it's to balance the acidity of my coffee. And it'll help your stomach deal with that if you've ever had issues. But even if you haven't had issues, I would recommend it. Chai tea girl. I love chai tea. I was thinking of having that today. So when my son comes, who I did say I'm going to start calling my younger brother because, you know, he makes me old. Because I don't look as old as I am, if you guessed. You know, however old you think I am, add 5 to 10 years and you'll probably be closer. But if you talk to me long enough, you'd probably be able to age me. But anyway, he ages me in the sense of, if you see him, you'd be like, what? How does she have a kid that old? I hope at least that you think that. But anyway, so we're working on this podcast. We're getting together every week. So my evil plan is working. But it's really cool. He's really into it. I'm really into it. We're actually creating something that's really fun. So we do it up. We chat, we talk, we check in with what we're doing, we share new information, and we eat. So we always go out there's a Pete's Coffee, we drive through and get coffee, and depends when we eat, if we get breakfast or we'll have lunch. It's a whole thing. My son is 20. Yes, I had him when I was 10. It does smell good. All right, we gotta put some creamer in. Yeah, I am getting, I'm getting closer to wanting to admit my age. It's mostly because of Hollywood. I think I would be far better with my age because I should be proud that I look as good as I do for my age. But it's been more in my mind since I just had a birthday a little bit while back. Not too far back, but kind of far back. You know, it's just a blip. It's just a number, right? Yum. All right, and Allie's not here to praise me, but I got a spoon. I'm not using my stirrers, even though the plastic has already been pressed. I guess I don't have to put it out there. Oh, your son is 33.29. All right, so you win. So technically, you could be older than me, but and you've been married for 35 years, so you beat me there too. Oh, that's good. Let's see if anybody. Oh, my partner. Oh, this is about yesterday's work. More stuff. All right, let me get 25 minutes on the clock before I answer him. And we'll get the gang riding. Ooh, it came out white. Are you ready for this one? Where's my play button? On your mark, get set, right! Groovy. Let's see. Oh, another conference call about the contract. Just got to get this guy to sign the contract and we can get working. All right, let's see. Am I available tonight? I guess I gotta be, huh? Oh yeah, I can. Okay. Oh, what did he say the time was? Once again, dealing with people on the East Coast. What did he say? What did he say? 6 p.m. Yes, I can do it. Yes, I can do it. Is it bad to say I can be there when it's a phone call? 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight, whatever that is in your time zone. Please put a good word out there that we can close this deal. This has been like a year in the making. Honestly, people, getting life rights is hard. We've actually gone down this road before, and it's... Let's see. Okay. Oh. Let's see. So I could put that in. Yeah, getting life rights is tricky. It's tricky. So yeah, it's a long thing to do yesterday now. Right, I know you're 3 hours difference. So they said it's 6 o'clock our time, so it's 9 o'clock their time. I have a feeling they picked the time, but I don't know. My writing partner set it up, and he's always a late night guy. You're like, can we do it at 11? No, can't. Anyway, I don't think it'll be a long call. Hopefully it's just to answer a few concerns, and then he'll say yes and sign. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, get writing. Get writing. was a pretty little piano piece. Oh, we still got time. Okay, I'm working. I'm working here. That's all I'm saying. If we could secure this deal, we really could be playing with the big boys, but we'll see. Can't get excited about stuff till it happens. Probably trade. Oh, yeah, you're right. Eh. Yeah, I'm sure that happens a lot with the time zone thing, right? Cool. Safe travels, Sergio. All right, I'm really going to get something done. 20 minutes, plenty of time. Just make it count. Did we stretch before? I always like to stretch in the break, but now I've gotten into making coffee, which is so nice. Oh, I forgot my new ring. I used to have one here. I got all these really nice neoprene wedding rings to wear because the metal ones bug my metal one. I should sound like I have multiple. I have multiple rings now that are plastic. Neoprene. Better than plastic. But I didn't put any of them right here. Oh well. I have a really cool new one that's purple. Where did I leave it? Yeah. I was able to wear it most of the day. It didn't bug my hand at all. Okay. Focusing. I think I'm at the point in this, because it's right at the end. It's just the last little tie-up bit. I'm just going to write something. And I don't care if it's totally crap. I don't care if it's totally, like, just too plain, not clever. I'm just going to write it so I can then edit it to make it brilliant like the rest of my prose. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to make them say what they basically have to say, and then I'm going to fix it, because I've been lingering on this. Lingering! With pain. Painfully lingering on this part of the story. It's done. I mean, it's over. I've done it. This is that last little bit, and I don't know. Suddenly I'm like taking too long to pick my words. I know it has to happen, so just do it. That's me talking to me. Do it, girl! So what would he say here? I'm going to highlight where I started this. This is not the end all be all part of this. Okay. Allie. Welcome back. Take a load off. You have a really short drive. That's nice. I'm focusing as you told me to. So Allie, you're my UK expert. I have an Irish character. They wouldn't say capital. What would they say? What would a well, he's not really. He's lived in Ireland for a long time, but he's actually from the Middle East. So, well, what would he say? Capital? That sounds so like dated. Because he's really kind of trying to say something like fantastic, amazing, oh my god, you know, something a word that encompasses all of that. Do you have it? Inquiring minds want to know. Bloody hell, okay. Cool. Thank you, Allie. That does sound good. And people wouldn't think it sounds like a cuss words. Obviously in English it's not bad. If someone reading it, would they say, oh my god, that's like saying the F word? Excuse me. Okay, well, he comes from a country that was definitely British rule, so at one point. It sounds authentic enough. Oh, cool. Cool. Thanks, Allie. You're kind of like my European expert. I love Europe. Could I just say? It was fun living in Europe. I've lived in Germany and Italy, traveled all over. Those countries are fun. Blimey. Yeah. Yeah, no, Bloody Hell works a lot better. This guy's more an aristocrat. Yeah, Blimey to me, it also sounds more Scottish, sort of more everyday common man. It's probably changed now, though. But that's a good word, too. I'm going to lock that one away. I do have a... Oh, no, he's Irish, too, so he wouldn't say it. Okay. Cool. Will do. Okay, who's texting me now? Oh, we're confirmed for tonight. Oh, we're doing it at a conference call. It's official. I'll be there. That's my face. Well, I mean, I guess it should be expected that, you know, the guy we were talking to last night was the guy that had to talk to the guy. So, well, if he has questions about the contract, we will answer them. It's probably about the money. Isn't it always about the money? It's official. Oh, you might have missed that part, Allie. My producing, screenwriting partner and I are, after a year, are sort of zeroing in on this deal that could give us rights to a really great story that we have people that would just be all over it. We're creative producers, so we don't have funding, but we have contacts with a lot of high, powerful people that have money and are always looking for stuff. And we finally found this perfect story, and we're trying to secure the life rights. So it's been over a year that we've been working with to get this. And so the guy that's sort of been the one to bring the story to us, he was all on board. We had a really good call with him. But he just got the contract last night, and we went over it. And so the person he's taking it to that has to sign it's the guy it's actually his life rights. So he has some questions. So so that's what it's like tonight at 9 o'clock. Well, 9 o'clock East Coast time. Think a good thought that we answer his questions. And we, you know, the hardest thing with getting someone's life rights is that they, they want to make this is their only life rights, right? So they want to make as much money as they can on it and make certain someone's not taking advantage of them. But to set a project up like this, it could be a low budget film or very Oscar worthy. It could be a low budget film, or the right people get attached. It could be a very big film, right? Think of any Oscar worthy film. Some of those, they started out as little films, but then the right people come on, they become really huge. And I guess the problem is it's not that we aren't offering enough on the high end, it's the low end. Their low end is not as low as ours. So basically what you do is you give somebody a percentage of the budget, and then you have a cap. You know, it has to be a cap so it doesn't break the production before it starts. And that's the hardest part. So we'll see if we can make them understand that the low end needs to be the low end so we don't freak anybody out. But the fact is that we're not taking this to anybody that does a film under $10 million. So they will always make their high end. So, and there's other money in there, and there's other ways that they'll be making money as, the experts, as producers. It's a good deal. I mean, in all fairness, it's a very fair deal for everybody. And that's kind of what you want. And we're dealing with some really good people that we would take it to, I should say, because we haven't done anything yet. You can't do anything until you have the rights. Anyway, if I can have your collective good wishes on that today, we need it. We need everything. This is just one of those stories that needs to get made. I love this story, and it's so... it just hits all the points of it being heartwarming, inspirational, very timely, even though it happened a long time. It happened in the 80s. But I want this story told, and I think they do too. So, how much do I make? I know you can't really guess how much you make now, because we haven't set it up. We don't know what the budget is, because how much you make depends on the budget of the film. So we obviously want to make the most as possible. We want everybody to make the most as they possibly can. But I would get a producer fee. I would get a screenwriting fee. So I'd make more than I'm making this year. It would make my year. Or I should say I'd make more than I made last year as a screenwriter. I didn't make anything last year as a screenwriter, did I? Did I? I did. Oh, no. That wasn't truly a screenwriter. I made money last year as a writer, but not for a script, for a book. And I always make a little screenwriting, teaching kind of thing. I'm about to make a little money doing that on the side. All right. We're almost there. I'm going to let the time run out, though. Let's see. Where was I? Yes, this is like hideous. I've written a hideous little scene, but it's theirs to be edited, so I'm not mad. Thanks for the well wishes, Allie. Yeah, keep that good juju. The thing is, it's a very good, fair deal for everybody involved, and so I hope they can see that. In the past, I've had so many. We've been down this road with other people before, and invariably, they don't understand the business. They don't understand that you can totally blow a deal. I guess worried that someone's ripping you off. They do know us, so that should help. I think it's the kind of situation that the principal in this, the guy that we need as life rights, he really trusts this other guy that's brought us the project, and that guy trusts us. It would really benefit them and us if we all could do this. But that's one of those things. I can't make them, but we can explain it, and hopefully that makes sense. We have had a conversation with them before, and it was kind of thing that the main guy just wants this other guy to do well, and vice versa. They're like, I don't care as long as he makes some money. Oh, I don't care as long as this guy makes some money. I'm like, you're all gonna make money. We are all gonna make money if we do this right. Anyway. How did you do on your writing sprint? Maybe I'll have some good news for you on Friday about what. Well, I will. I would think after this phone call tonight, we will know if this is going to happen or not. All right, I'm not going to worry about it because that's it. You can't. It's either going to happen or it's not going to happen. It'll be interesting to see. Fast forward to Friday and you'll find out. I'm sure you're on pins and needles. In the meantime, I hope you got some writing done today and are ready to attack the rest of your day or your evening or go to bed or have some dinner, lunch. Everything's possible because we have people that join in from all over the world. And I thank you for that. So I hope you can join me again on Friday. I'll be here at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Well, I don't actually do it quite it doesn't actually work like that, but thanks for thinking of me, Allie. But yeah, you should finish your screenplay and put it out there. There's a lot of good things you could do with it. All right, have a good evening or morning or afternoon, as I just said, wherever you are. Go out and, well, you might not be going out either. How can I say it? Oh, just be happy. I want that for you. And creative. Check you next time.